The date is March 31st, 2022. Just leaving for work tonight. So you have the same time entry exit thing going on a lot here. When I come back in the morning, and you got people who kind of just come outside when you leave and kind of watch you. So yeah, typical for the organized harassment and stalking. They will set these things up quite rapidly when the target changes from one area to the next. They'll get it set up quite quickly, since they have a lot of people who've made this deal who they can quickly use to do these things. So when you move to a different area, they will rapidly make adjustments. And you see what's this guy doing? Just standing there at the crosswalk there. As the target comes along, he's just going to stand there and look around. This guy, see him off in the distance there? The target, and it's all about, the whole thing is about making the target feel weird and awkward, making them feel watched, making it feel that they are watched. So of course this guy over there, he's just going to come outside, stand there and look around. As I come up to the street here, he's just dark outside, nothing to do, and he's just going to stand there and look at people. So kind of weird, right? See him over there? Zoom in a little bit on this character here. So he gets instructions, right? They get instructions, and he's just going to stand there at the corner and just sort of idle, wandering back and forth. Part of the stalking thing, knowing that I'm coming along here, because I have to go down here to go up to get the bus to go to work. So this character, he's going to come out here and just stand there idly at nighttime with no one else around and try and play it off like it's normal. Yeah, so again, a different area, but you see the same sort of silly hijinks with these people doing these things. So again, I'm just coming up here, and this is just right at the area where I'm going to cross to go over, and this guy's just walking back and forth on the street idly for no particular reason. He gets instructions to do that, right? He's told to come out because I'm walking by. So he comes out and just walks around, and it's just to make you feel like you're being watched, basically. That's why they do these things. So yeah, that's why they do them. It's okay though. I'm allowed to walk down the street, and this guy has nothing to say about it either. So
Are you filming me?
yeah, I am.
Why?
Because it's kind of weird. Every time I come by here, someone comes out of their house and just wanders around like they're watching someone. What are you standing out here in the middle at nighttime for? Well, you don't have to answer that, but I'm just saying it's kind of creepy and weird.
Well, I'm allowed to do whatever I want.
Yeah, I'm not saying you can't, but I'm also saying that I'm being stalked by people, so it's kind of weird when you're out here kind of just looking over. You can do what you want, and I can film you. This is a public sidewalk, sir.
Okay, I don't give a
Okay, good.
fuck why you're fucking filming me.
Well, I'm filming me because I think you know. I think you know why I'm filming. I think you know who I am, too. I think you got a little message to go outside because I was coming by. That's why. So that's why I'm filming. And you know what it is, too. So, yeah, sure you don't. Sure you don't. And now you're going to see like a sea of cars just come pouring down here. But again, look at this guy. Like, he comes out. So I'm coming down, right? I came down from here. The moment I come down, this guy just stands out in front of his house at night and starts walking back and forth idly on the sidewalk. He knows fully well what I'm talking about when I say that, and he knows why I'm filming him out there, right? Now, you could say, okay, if somebody was actually going out and leaving or something like that, then that would make sense. See, he knows. And now he's leaving, right? So he knows. Anyway, he's all part of the organized harassment and stalking. He knows why he's there. It started to make him feel a little awkward, so he went away. But he tries to make it seem like, yeah, why am I filming him? It's well, he knows why. He knows exactly why. He comes out of his house the moment I come down the street. I'm just going up to get the bus. Pretty obvious when you have people all along here in this area exiting and leaving the moment I walk by, and then trying to play it off like it, in this way like it's all natural, pretty obvious. And they get that text message. They're told to do this, and you can even see like. And then when I start saying that, he kind of just wanders off away. So, but really, like it's dark out, it's nighttime, and he just comes out and wanders around on the sidewalk directly in front of his home, walking back and forth, kind of looking over, right? So it's all part of the operation, all just part of making the target feel awkward. So yeah, so as I've said, they've been able to quickly set up stalkers in this area here. They got a lot of people who they paid off, so they can quickly have them do these things when the target goes to a new area. And yeah, it's quite evident that they can do it quite quickly. But it would be more, there'd be even more if you're there for an extended period of time. Then they can set a lot more things up, bring a lot more people in for these activities.
So I'm just at work now, and you can hear the frauds from our first responders here driving around and around the area, knowing that I'm at work. This is what they do on a nightly basis, so you can hear that, right? And you'll notice that the sirens are staying just in the one area. So they're not passing through, they're just driving around and around here in this specific area, blaring their sirens continually. If they were actually going to deal with anything, the sirens wouldn't be just staying in the same area, right? So again, you can hear it. And this goes on constantly. And it is a form of stalking the target and harassing the target while the target is at his workplace. Are you here? So they drive around and around and around the same area. Now, if they were attending to something, over and over, they drive around and around, and that's what they're paid to do, essentially. So just think about that. I mean, that's what they're doing when they're supposed to actually be attending to legitimate things like, our ambulances, like helping people who obviously have medical conditions and things like this. No, they're not doing that. They're driving around and around and around. And targeting people, and this is what they're involved in. That's what they do. So you can hear it now. It's kind of diminishing now, but again, over and over, they just drive continually around this area. This happens regularly, so that's what they do. It's still kind of going on, but yeah. So I'm just coming back from work now, and you see right here, as soon as I come by, same time entry exit, we got this person backing out of their driveway the moment the target approaches. So he's coming home, and you'll see right there. So he comes out the moment I come by with good timing, and obviously he receives a text message to do that. So yeah, so same time exit entry, and vehicles leaving the moment the target arrives. You will see that continually as a target. And here I've only been in this area a short time, and they've got this same time exit entry thing set up already. So it's pretty consistent when I leave and when I come back from work. You got people leaving their homes right as I arrive. And yeah, you'll see if we can pick up any more of that. So that's one there anyway. And it's not coincidental at all. I mean, if you see that a few times, you could just chalk that up to, yeah, they just happened to leave when you were there. But when you see it over and over again, you see the continual repetition, these patterns, you can quite obviously discern that it's not coincidental. And then you see it happening to all these other people who are targets as well. So pretty obvious that that's all part of the operation. And yeah, I think it's a text message that they receive because it's done with such precision. And they need it to be done with precision because they want the target to notice it. They want it to be very noticeable to the target. but they don't want it to look weird to anyone else, right? So if you listen there, you can hear, just as I'm arriving back from work on March 30th, you can hear a siren going off. Pretty obvious, right? Again, there's not a lot of activity with regards to first responders in this particular area, yet there's a siren going off as soon as I come back home. So go figure. Pure coincidence, of course. And of course they just drive around and around in the area, not doing work as usual, not attending to any legitimate thing, but letting the target know that they're on watch. And yeah. Do you hear? So they're not going anywhere at all, like, because if they were actually going somewhere, they wouldn't. And here we go, it's same time entry exit here. Target goes by and people start exiting their homes immediately. See, this guy just comes out here the moment I come by. Acts nonchalant. And yeah, he gets into the car the moment the target goes by. Let's see. So we got that, and we got a siren going off as soon as I come back. Yeah, so they're given a text message to do this with regards to the same time exit entry stuff. They receive a text message, and the handlers want it timed with precision. It's important that they do that so that the target will see it, and so that they will know that they're on watch with these characters who they have doing these things. So, very important that they time it properly. Because if it's done even, so much as a few seconds too soon or too late, it doesn't have its overall effect. It doesn't have the desired effect that the creeps who run these operations want it to have. So they got to time it properly. Otherwise, they might get chastised by the handlers. Got to do your job better, guys. Got to do a more effective job of letting the target know that they're on watch. But yeah, you saw that guy, like immediately he leaves and gets in the car as I'm coming by. And then you also heard the siren going off with some of our first responders just driving around and around in the area, blaring a siren while attending to nothing. Just coming up here. Yesterday, everything was dead here. So this guy's pulling out the moment I come by. Pure coincidence, of course. He's probably just gonna idle here. Oh no, he pulls out and then drives back in again, or pulls out in front. Pretty obvious there, right? So this is when the target goes by. They have to set this whole thing up and do this whole thing where they pull out at the same time. And of course he's got a red car too, so surprise, surprise. Good timing.